Oh, yes, people. Welcome to LRFC. The afternoon show is back in service. It's been a while since obviously since last season. We lost the manager. We got a new manager, and so some of us have to reevaluate what we're gonna do life with that certain manager, and what what's the future like? Because a lot of people are asking, what's the future like? What's next for Liverpool Football Club? And are we going to be challenging, or are we going to be a mid-table team? Is Slot a yes man? Isn't he? I don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know about. And has Slot, spoken yet as well? Um, has he been to Liverpool Football Club? Don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know about, so we could discuss it during the show. Please hit the subscription button, notification button, like button, all that good stuff as well. And we're gonna discuss all things Liverpool today. Let's just talk about Liverpool transfers, players I want out, players I want to stay, players I'm unsure about. Just all things Liverpool. And plus, I want to talk about a certain player that's been taken to hospital, and a lot of people probably wasn't born when he played. A lot of people probably don't know a lot about him. So I will explain, because I watched him as a youngster. He's probably my favorite defender at Liverpool Football Club of all time. Yeah, and please go back to that stream that's right there on the screen with me, Uncle Rods, and Anton. It was a good stream. It was a brilliant stream. Just get the views up and get the likes up as well, and just check it out. It was just a great debate, and they had their point of view of who they want to keep and who they want to sell, and things like that. And now I just want to talk about myself and what I want, and how I want my football club to move forward as well. So this is how I'm going to go about it today. So we're going to talk about transfers and other stuff as well. So yeah, so let me just start with obviously the person I was talking about. A lot of people don't know about him. To me, he's probably, you could say, there's a lot of defenders that we had in the past. People know about, like Ron Yates, Lawrenson, Emil Hughes, Phil Thompson, players like that. People know about, but this guy, to me, he's the best out of the lot. He started in Scotland, came to Liverpool Football Club, spent 14 years, won about 19 titles, major titles that is, and he's been taken to hospital. It looks like a serious illness, but some people are, saying things on social media that's sad, and some people still have hope. But yeah, if you don't know Alan Hansen, let me just explain Alan Hansen to you. Like, when I was growing up, I grew up in the 80s team as a kid. When you're a kid, all you focus on is football, in it, and you just memorize football in your head every single time. You don't have no responsibility, no bills to worry about, anything like that. It's just like, it's clear just for you to, enjoy the game. When I watched Liverpool properly, when I understood it, I was around 7, 8. You know what I mean? And players like Alan Hansen was in the team, and he was captain in the team as well. He was captain in the team at certain times, and then became official captain afterwards as well. So he's a brilliant player. Sorry about the noise. Apologies for that. But yeah, he's probably from many Liverpool fans, he's probably considered the greatest defender that we ever had. Jockey was phenomenal. Okay, sorry about the noise, people. 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that, people. Unfortunately, I got someone working from home. Yeah, so um, to me, he's the greatest Liverpool defender that I've ever seen. Obviously, we had Van Dijk since then. Van Dijk has it all as a player. Alan Hansen, like, he had it all, but he didn't have the pace like Van Dijk. But other than that, like passing ability, running from the back with towards the opponents. He's way ahead of his time. If you say, like, what Liverpool player from the 80s and beyond that can play in the current football, I think Alan Hansen is that type of defender that probably would have played in current football, if you know what I mean, people. And he would have been phenomenal. You know, like we say about Van Dijk, calm as you like. You should see Alan Hansen, calm as you like, with abundance. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. If you put like if you put Liverpool all time 11, you know, you're gonna have to put Alan Hansen in, probably Emilian Hughes in there, and players like that as well. But yeah, he's not well, people. It looks pretty bad. But I've spoken to one of my mates that actually went to the game, the last game of the season. He was there. Alan Hansen was there. He was like shaking fans' hands. He was enjoying the game, obviously against Wolverhampton as well. He looked all right. He said, I don't know how from then till now everything's changed. That's what he's confused about, if you know what I mean. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. I really hope it's not true what I'm hearing. I hope he's still fighting. And, you know, it's his birthday today. He's 69 today. Yeah, the three Scotsmen, you know, Souness, Hansen and Dalglish, those are the legends at Liverpool Football Club. Those are the three that will get into the all-time 11 as well. Yeah, I just hope he pulls through, man. And that news we've been hearing ain't true as well. Yeah, man, legend. I remember him in Match of the Day as well. I remember when I was growing up, it was Gary Lineker, Trevor Booking, Desmond Lynam, and him. Them three were in Match of the Day a lot. I remember that statement he made about, you know, you would never win anything with kids. And what did Man United do that season? They proved him wrong. You know what I mean? He actually fired them up to win the league title, and they won the league, unfortunately. One of the, you know, the 20 titles they've won. So yeah, it was a very bold statement. You know what I mean? You never win anything with kids. And then, you know, Ferguson will probably put that fire in the Man United players to win the title, and that's what happened, unfortunately. Yeah, but yeah, I hope he gets well. You know what I mean, 69, still young. I hope it pulls through, man. I really hope, because, you know, he's a legend, people. If you don't know who Alan Hansen is, like, he's been at Liverpool for 14 years. He's won about 19 titles, I believe. Over 400 appearances, sorry. Yeah, phenomenal player. I think 8 league titles and about 3 Champions Leagues as well. So you can see, like, the guy's a decorated player, man. This is why we think highly of him at Liverpool Football Club. A defender way ahead of his time as well. You can see that Crown Paint kit over there with the Adidas obviously on it. Adidas is coming back to Liverpool. I can't wait, because we could get those kits back, you know, on our backs, and, you know, wear them with pride again, instead of like one line that doesn't make any sense, if you know what I mean. But yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping, man. I'll keep you updated with him as well. I'll keep you updated if anything comes through. I'll keep you guys updated. Yeah, I miss this. I miss a defender like this, because there ain't that many defenders like this. You know what I mean, like Alan Hansen type. You know, Rio Ferdinand, calm on the ball, don't make a lot of strides. You know what I mean, don't make a lot of mistakes. Just phenomenal, man. That's what he was. Just phenomenal. Modern day footballer, man. Modern day footballer. If you haven't seen him, go watch him on YouTube, man, and you understand what I'm talking about. Watch that game, you know, when Liverpool beat Nottingham Forest by 5 goals to nil. The most complete game, I think, in English football, in my opinion, till today. I still don't see any game better than that. I remember when I was a kid, I was passing the, you know, tapes around with that. When we bought the tape, and then we just passed it, you know, to every Liverpool fan around that area. Yeah, Anton's included as well. I remember Anton used to like that as well. But yeah. So yeah, Alan Hansen, still in hospital. We haven't heard any bad news or, you know, any good news yet. But let's just see what's gonna happen, people. Don't prejudge. Just wait and see. Yeah, everybody's asking about Arnie Slot. Where is he? He's on holiday. There's a picture actually on Twitter, running around running around about him and his family being on holiday. What people need to understand is he's a head coach. He's not a manager. So all the transfers and all that stuff, yes, he is going to be part of it. But the thing is, he's got people running, you know, that side of things, like, you know, Marco Edwards, you know, Hughes, you know, and you know, Julian Ward is back now. So there's a lot of people going to be, you know, doing the transfer side for him, and people just need to calm down. He has been to Liverpool, from what I've heard, to introduce himself to everyone, but he's going out on holiday, you know, just to refresh from last season, and, you know, re-energize himself. And, you know, once he's ready for pre-season, hopefully he'll manage the team, and, you know, new players will come through the door, because that's what I want. I don't want, you know, the team to be there and there's no players, you know, that we bought for next season there. At least, if they're there from the beginning, it'll be a great pre-season, if you know what I mean. They'll be ready instead of like, buying them mid through the season and things like that. And not mid through the season, but before the transfer ends, they haven't had a proper pre-season, and it just doesn't look right, does it? It doesn't really look right. But let me just carry on with the comments. But yeah, Arne Slot, listen, he's a bat. Just take it easy, people. Just take it easy. Welcome back, but Andrew, big up Andrew, man. Big up, always, helpful, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. No action yet from LFC. Not yet. No transfers just yet, but all speculations. But hopefully something will come through the door. Hopefully. Just have hope, man. Bonkers FC, Roberto De Zerbi gone. Olympic Marcel. He was linked with us, Bonkers. He was linked with us, bro. But with the way he is, Italian passion and having a go at people, board members and all that stuff. Would he be good at Liverpool? You got to think about that, man. He wouldn't be, you know what I mean? And him having a row with FSG and all that stuff wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked, you know what I mean? And we like the passion, but those kind of stuff you got to keep away from, the football club. Yeah, but congratulations to him, man. Big up John Conway as always. How are you? I'm good, man. I hope you're well, bro. I really hope you're well as well. Alan Hansen was a great player. Yeah, I remember. You said we were a similar age. You're slightly older than me. Yeah. To me, he's the best centre-back we ever had, mate. Best centre-back we ever had. Yeah, pray for him, man. Pray for the legend, man. Pray for the legend. Yeah, as I said about Arne Slot, people, just don't panic, man. I think too many people are panicking. Too many people are making too many stories about him, and making stories about, is he a yes man? Is he this or that? Listen, you could judge a manager by his first press conference. So let's just wait and see what he does in his first press conference. When Jurgen Klopp came to Liverpool, I lost all hope anyway. But when I heard the press conference and he made me believe, I had hope again. You know what I mean? And this is what we need from Arne Slot. Let's see if he's a yes man or if he's going to be a coach that's going to take us to the other, direction, which is winning consistently. With managers, it's always about the first, obviously, interview. And I think, people can judge him from there. Just don't prejudge. Don't go too far ahead and think negatively, if you know what I mean. Because, if he's a head coach, it means he takes responsibilities just, for the team, not outside that. Like Liverpool Football Club is an emotional club. When you're an emotional club, you lose focus of reality, which is, winning on the pitch. That's what you're here for. And this is what they want to take away from him. I like that. Don't get me wrong. But I like the emotional side as well. That's what Jurgen Klopp brought out of himself. But, he took too much on. And eventually he said he was tired, but we know the real reason he left. It's nothing to do with tiredness. It's just something, disagreements, and it is what it is. Some people stay, some people go, and we just got to move on because the Liverpool Football Club is still going to be here no matter who's left. And this is what's happened. This is what's happening. But yeah, people, get ready, get in the comments, man. Get in the comments, man. Yeah. So yeah, let's go transfer, and then we could discuss further. Yeah. So a lot of reports this morning about this kid who plays for Benfica, Portuguese international, by the way. He has played for Portugal. His name is João Neves. So he's a midfielder, young midfielder, 19-year-old. Liverpool are expected to make an offer for 19-year-old Benfica midfielder João Phoenix in the next few days. I don't know much about him, people. I could just make up a BS and just say, oh, he's a phenomenal player. He can do this, he could do that. He could do something our midfielders can't do. I don't know. But, if Liverpool are going to make an offer, it has to be in the £100 million mark from what I've heard, especially Benfica. They're the ones who, sold us Darwin Núñez for about 100 million, and I remember, a lot of us was euros, 100 million euros. A lot of us was like, is it really, 80 million euros? Is he really worth it? Is he really worth 80 million? And we're all still discussing it now. Is he going to get better or not? But with Joe Neves, there's a few people saying he's a good player. You know what I mean? He's a central midfielder. He dominates. You know what I mean? But he's only 19, and you've got 19-year-olds already in the team. Like, you know, Bešić that's coming back from injury and all that stuff. So where's he gonna fit in if this kid comes in, Neves comes in? See, we've got to look at a lot of things. We've got to sell players, people, to bring in other players, and then, you know, the homegrown comes into it, and there's other stuff that comes into it. It's just too many stuff at once. You know what I mean? And if we're buying overseas players, the homegrown has to count somewhere somehow. And I've heard Adrian don't want to stay at Liverpool Football Club, and that's another dangerous thing as well. So yes, a lot of people don't want Adrian, but he still consider, I think he's part of the homegrown thing now. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a lot of mess. It's a lot of mess. So we've got to buy a homegrown English, or bring in a free transfer. That's, I've heard Pepe Reina's name's been thrown around as a second goalkeeper. And I heard that's not too far down the line from Liverpool and Pepe Reina. You know, see, so there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. You know, Kelleher could be potentially going now because, you know, he needs first team football, and Kelleher is a tremendous goalkeeper. Let's just don't make any, you know, hesitations about that. You saw him when Van Dijk, sorry, when Alisson was injured. He came in, done his bits. You know what I mean? Obviously, sometimes he made mistakes, but that's with the learning curve. You know what I mean? So some of the saves Kelleher made last season, it was just out of this world. You got to be realistic here. This kid has done a outstanding job as a goalkeeper, you know, a deputy replacement for Alisson. So yeah, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes, people. And, you know, this is where Julian Ward, you know, and Richard Hughes and, you know, Marco Edwards are working on, and a lot of pressure off the manager, if you know what I mean. So let's see what we were going to bring in. I think we're jumping ahead of the gun at the moment. Too many people are, you know, judging, you know, what we're signing and not. I hear a lot of people moaning about Liverpool not signing a DM now, which is what we need the most. DM is the most, you know, crucial position that, you know, can make this team to go to the next step. Can you imagine a DM that's got mobility, that could cover the pitch, that can help out the likes of Trent as a right back, and, you know, help out Salah and all these players, and, you know, Soboslai, and, you know, make them, you know, go offensive more, and, you know, the likes of Soboslai, the likes of McAllister play more, you know, their type of football, which is going forward and making chances, not worrying about the defensive side as well. Can you imagine that? Like, a DM can give you that, you know, that platform, which we're missing. We're actually missing at the moment, unfortunately. And don't get me wrong, Endo has done a great job, but Endo, you know, he's not a mobility DM. He can do things like that. He could make that, you know, extra challenge now and again. He could take out players when he can't chase them. But can you imagine a midfielder that can, you know, do all that stuff and more? And which listen, we need, man. I remember last season, a lot of people were having arguments with me, saying to me, we need a centre back instead of like a DM. I said, no, we've got centre backs at the moment. We've got Matip there, was fit at the time. Kwanzaa was coming through. You know what I mean? And, you know, you got Alice. So you got Van Dijk. You got Kwanzaa there, Gomez there. So you had centre backs there already. What we needed, this is why we tried to get Caicedo, is a mobility DM that could cover the damn pitch. And we didn't get that. Hence why in the last 8 games, we didn't get through those games that we were supposed to. Because in front of that defense, there wasn't enough protection. When you have got enough protection, the other teams create chances. When other team creates chances, they score goals. When they score goals, it's difficult for Liverpool to come back from that. And that's what happened to us last season in the last 8 games. Normally, we're good at, you know, the tail end of the season. We normally go on a run and win games. But if we won the 8 games, we could have actually won the league, and we didn't. You know what I mean? So we slowly drifted back. Crystal Palace at home game showed, you know, Liverpool wasn't doing what they're supposed to do, and hence why we didn't actually win the league. But we finished there, we won a cup, we had a better season than Arsenal. Let's be realistic here. We had a much better season than Arsenal. So yeah, so this player Edison, who plays for Brazil, who plays for Atalanta, we saw him last season playing for Atalanta, obviously, when they battered us at home. He's a central midfielder / DM, wins tackles, you know, and Liverpool are heavily interested in him from what I've heard. He's 24 years old. Do I want him? Yeah. Listen, I've seen bits of him. I've watched him in both of the games. I thought he was phenomenal in that position. He wins tackles. He runs forward with the ball. He doesn't shirk a challenge, and he's quick as well at the same time. So if we could get him for 50 million, maybe less than that, that's a bargain in my opinion. That's the start of for next season, which we're missing at the moment. Listen, don't get me wrong, people. Yeah, what we need to understand here is, if you look at our football team, our average age is 24. So if you got like players who are 24, and majority of the players are younger than that as well, then you got like you've got the base of the team already ready, if you know what I mean. So it's just a couple of players that's over 30 that's people are hesitant about. You know what I mean? Obviously Salah. We don't know if Van Dijk's still gonna be the same next season. There's you got Endo's 31 now. So you got to look at things like that, and we've got middle age, players like Robertson. I don't know. I think Robertson's in his 30s now. Sorry, Diaz and players like that. 27, 28 mark. So we still got the core of the players there. It's just these little pieces in the jigsaw that we need. You know what I mean? Just to complete the team better. If we're more solid during next season, we don't concede as much as that we did as last season. We concentrate on defending most of the time. I think we'll be all right, if you know what I mean. This is what we was missing last season. I think we were just all gun ho, all attack football, adventurous, heady metal football, but no thought of defending. But this is where the other players come in. You know what I mean as well. As I will talk about as we go along. Yeah, but Edison, listen, people, around the 50 million pound mark. I'll take that. I'll take Edison all day long. 24 age, like I said, average age is already 24. You know what I mean? But we've got to sell some players, people, to bring other players in. The midfield's about 9 players in that midfield that's consistently going to play in the first team. So we've got to get rid of a few players. And I hate to say it, some of the players have to go. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's something about Alisson to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. They want to get him in, and Alisson refused apparently. So Alisson's gonna stay at Liverpool. He says he wants to stay. He's not finished yet. He's not at that age to finish yet. So he decided to stay at Liverpool Football Club. They offered him a lot of money, as they do in Saudi Arabia. So Al Nassr, instead of like going for Alisson, they're going for Chesney, the former Arsenal player that plays for Juventus. So he's going down that route instead of Alisson. So we've got Alisson for another season, hopefully a few more. And then, we get the right replacement in for him. Because you're always going to need that dominant goalkeeper, guys. No matter what we do, we still need that dominant goalkeeper in that helm. It showed, in the past years, if you haven't got a dominant goalkeeper like Alisson, like Schmeichel and Van der Sar in that goal, you're not going to win titles. It showed when Alisson came in, Liverpool's fortune changed. We became more competitive. Look at those saves he made, towards the Champions League final that we won. Look at that saves he made during the league titles, we challenged for and won. So you're always going to need this important goalkeeper that has those moments like he's ready to compete. Especially like that game against Barcelona at home when we beat them 4-0. Look at the performance he produced in that game. Look at the saves he made against Messi and Coutinho's and Suarez. He was just phenomenal in that game, and people forget about things like that because they're used to it. When you see goalkeepers like this, you're used to them making saves, so it doesn't show a lot about their performances. But yeah, listen, man, no matter what you do, you still need that important goalkeeper at the helm in order for you to win titles. And I'm glad Alisson is staying, because if he leaves, I'm scared. Okay, so Vincent Kompany. You know who Vincent Kompany is? He's a Bayern Munich coach now. Don't know how, don't know when. I don't know. I really don't know when Bayern Munich thought Vincent Kompany is a potential manager for them. We saw him for Burnley, you know what I mean, last season. Got relegated, but for some reason, he's coaching, Bayern Munich. Great. Listen, that's nice of them. Let's just be honest. I mean, let's be realistic here. SM says most of these fan channels just make things up. Don't believe any transfer go through yet. You all see LFC are linked with every player. How sad to make things up for views. Yeah, listen, like I said, bro. I'm only hearing what I hear. I don't come here making breaking news and it's, you know, false news, if you know what I mean. If we're linked to a player, yeah, I'll mention it. But yeah, you are right though. There's too many people making stuff up that doesn't make any sense, to be fair. Big up, Richard, as always. Good afternoon, Fawzi. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Many thanks. I'm good. I'm good. I'm back. I'm good, man. You know, I'm looking forward to the Euros. Hopefully, there's gonna be a lot of good games. I'm trying to come back in the live streams on the Euros, not on here, of course, but on UFT, and the other channel that I have, and try to, you know, build that channel so every fan can interact with me outside Liverpool as well, if you know what I mean, man. Eid Mubarak to all Muslims, brothers and sisters. Free Palestine. Happy Hajj. Big up, bro. Big up. Big up. Nuru Beats as always, bro. Big up. Big up. Yeah, so the story is Vincent Kompany wants Joe Gomez at Bayern Munich. Considering, you know, the season, you know, Joe Gomez had last season, why would we want to sell Joe Gomez, who's a versatile player? He could play right back, he could play centre back, he could play left back. We even found out he could play DM. So why would Liverpool Football Club want to get rid of him? Doesn't make any sense. I don't. I mean, I've always said about Joe Gomez. I'm a firm believer in Joe Gomez. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for injuries, you know, like, he would have been a phenomenal centre back in my opinion at Liverpool Football Club. We're forgetting he was part of the season that we won the league as well. Him and Van Dijk dominated that centre back position, hence why we won the league. You know what I mean? So it shows, you know, this kid can perform in the highest level when, you know, when give him the chance, and he has done it in numerous times. And for last season, if it wasn't for him coming in as a left back when all our left backs were injured, would we actually compete for the title? No. I think we lost, you know, the spark for the title when he wasn't a left back anymore, in my opinion. So that's how highly I rate him, because he's solid, man. I remember in the Man City game, obviously Foden got it past him a couple of times, but once he got the grasp of Foden, you didn't see Foden in the game after that. Once he just, you know, he knew what Foden movement is all about, Foden wasn't in the game anymore. So it shows the quality of Joe Gomez, and people, I don't want him to go. I mean, and you know, Vincent Kompany, obviously ex-Man City. What would you do if you're in that position? If you're a Man City fan, if you're a Man City, you know, all about Man City, which Vincent Kompany is. We know he's an ex-captain. He loves Man City. You saw those interviews with Sky in the past, how much that club means to him. What would he do? Why isn't he going after Man City defenders? Why is he coming after Liverpool defenders? You know what I mean? So you weaken the opponents. That's what this. Listen. I know I do this conspiracy theory everybody talks about, but this is what they do. Man City have a lot of defenders that don't play for them. Why don't you go for them? Why do you have to come to Liverpool to get our defenders that we're happy with? You know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is what it's all about. Expect Vincent Kompany to do some more things like that, because, you know, weaken Liverpool, you know, weaken the challenge to Man City next season. That's what it is. And plus, you know, Man City is in the courts again. And this is what I've been hearing as well. De Ligt coming the other way and Gomez going that way. So I don't want De Ligt. Listen, I was all about De Ligt when he first came on the scene. I thought he was phenomenal. I thought he was a wicked captain for Ajax. I thought he's one of those defenders that's got a future. If he had the right head, you know, and the right people behind him. Unfortunately, he didn't have the right people behind him, and he didn't have the right head, because he chose to go for the money, which is, you know, going to the likes of Juventus and all that stuff, and his career just went downhill from there. But if he kept, you know, slow development, you know, go to a club that's going to look after your career, and then, you know, develop as a player, then I think he would have been one of the best defenders in the world. Because you saw him for Ajax, people. He was phenomenal, and, you know, he was a proper leader. And that's what I liked about him. But, you know, ever since then, his career just don't know where it is, man. I don't think he knows where it is. He keeps going from club to club. And he doesn't even really start games for Bayern Munich. From what I've seen, you know, Dyer from Tottenham going to Bayern Munich and started ahead of him. So why would we want a player that doesn't even play for you in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying about Joe Gomez. Most versatile defender in our club. I'm not having that, man. I'm not having De Ligt coming the one way because he's Dutch, and, you know, Gomez going the other way because they want to weaken us even further. I'm sorry. I'm not all about that. Gomez stays for me. I mean, Gomez ain't going nowhere. Nope. Hang on, let me get this. Richard says we need a number 6. This is a disaster. destroyer, sorry, break up play, a few pieces of the jigsaw, tackler, dog work, dirty work, and different than the player we have. What do you think about Sobos, Grav, Elliott, and Jones? I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Sobos, I think he will improve, man. I think he just needed the season. You know, I mean, in the beginning of the season, he was phenomenal because nobody knew anything about him, and you know, he didn't know a lot about the Premier League. When it became physical, that's when he started struggling, and you know, he started shirking challenges, jumping out the way of challenges. He found it tough, bro. He found it tough, Sobos. Like, I think with time, he will become the leader in that team. He'll become the catalyst, in my opinion. I think he'll be as important as Salah and players like that in the future, in my opinion. You know what I mean? That's how I see it, because at the age of 21, 22, he's already, you know, at the captain of Hungary, and we're going to see him hopefully in the Euros. You know, touch wood, because I heard he's injured, but hopefully he'll come back from that even stronger and, you know, lead Hungary and show the world what he's all about as a footballer, because I think he's phenomenal, man, Soboslai. I think people underestimate how much of a good player he is. Gravenberch, don't forget, man, 2 years on the bench, man, at Bayern Munich. It was always going to be tough coming to Liverpool and trying to start games. What I like about Gravenberch, he carries the ball well. He takes on players when you have to take it, you know, take on player. He turns players, you know, when he feels the body and all that stuff. That's what we're missing in that midfield. But you know, with time, just give him time, people, because you know, 2 years in the bench, no preseason, and all that stuff does affect the player. But now, like, he's gonna have full preseason. He's gonna have obviously the Euros to go through, and you know, he's got a Dutch coach coming in who's gonna, you know, understand him as a player. That's the most important thing, because you got to understand players, what they're all about. So that's what Slot is going to do. He's going to understand what Gravenberch is all about, and you know, and show him his weakness, you know, and show him his strengths as well. And I could see him, you know, developing into a better player that we've seen last season. Yeah, just give him time, man. Give Gravenberch time, man. I think people are too much prejudging him, in my opinion, if you know what I mean. As for Elliott, you saw at the end of the season, people, he was phenomenal. He just needs, you know, he just needs a position in the team, because in my opinion, the issues he's struggling with is he's playing too many positions. If he gets a consistent position in the team, I think he will improve in that position, and you know, he'll become a better player. Because what we saw at the end of the season is the Elliott we all wanted, which is getting involved more, passing the ball better, you know, creating more chances for the strikers. Everything was there. Everything was there for Elliott at the end of the season, and it proved everyone's point. Like, he is better than what we see on that pitch normally, which is, you know, he can take more risks. He could take more, you know, shots from outside the box. He could create chances out of nothing. And yes, he hasn't got the pace, but he's got the mental, you know, capacity for, you know, doing something out of the ordinary as well. So yeah, listen, I'm all about Elliott. I've always been. It's just that injury, I think, you know, slowed down his progress. I honestly think that injury, when his leg came off, you know what I mean, it slowed down his progress, in my opinion, and that's why we haven't seen him, you know, to the best of his ability. As for Jones, okay, we could talk about Jones, but for the picture you see right there, people, he ain't going nowhere. Gomez ain't going nowhere. Let's go for Jones. I'll talk about these guys later. Sorry, yeah. Jones, guys, I'm all about selling Jones. I think it's time for Jones to look elsewhere. You know, let me say something about Jones, people. Yeah, let me say something about Jones. All these years, he had the opportunity. Nobody can say Jones didn't have an opportunity at Liverpool Football Club. He has. Since Klopp has been there, he's got the most loyalty from Klopp, more than anyone, in my opinion. More than anyone, because he keeps getting it again and again and again and again and again. Even last season when he came on from after injury, Liverpool didn't look the same. He cost us a few games with his ability as well. But he still got the chances with Klopp. He still gives him chance after chance after chance. You know, with some players, boys and girls, the issues we have sometimes is like we live in hope. When you live in hope for so many years, and that player ain't improving to the ability that you want him to be, then you got a problem, because you know, years go by, you know, important players we miss out on because of players like that, and you know, we don't get the success that we want. And this is how I see Jones. I honestly think Jones should go and look for a club that suits to his ability, if you know what I mean. I don't think Liverpool is that football club for him. I got to be real. I'm not here, to beat around the bush and be those, loyal Liverpool fans that support a player just because he's a Scouser. I'm sorry. Football should not be all about that. Football should be about the best for your football club. And is he the best for our football club? Are we the best for him in his career progression? Sorry, no, I don't think we are. I think all these years he's been wasting and got the opportunities. I expect him to be a first team player now. I expect him, to dominate that midfield. I expect him. Sorry, people. I don't know what's happening. I expect him to do more. I expect him to do, what Scousers and players that love the football club, like get stuck in, change the games to our advantage, things like that. That's what I want to see from Curtis Jones by now. He's 24 years old, I think now. Like, how long can we wait? You know what I mean? We waited for players like this in the past and years gone by, and we didn't really progress that much. And this is what you want to put on us again? Like, wait for Curtis Jones to become like a Steven Gerrard, which he's never going to be. Even if it's a squad player, what does he offer coming from the bench? Does he change games coming off the bench? I haven't seen him do that before. So you got to look into it that way, people, man. It's just too much living on hope. When you live in hope, it's the most dangerous thing you could do in football. I want to live on expectance. I want him to do things out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? On a regular basis. He performs when the team is doing well. Let me just put it that way. When the team is doing well, he performs well. Jones. I'm not taking that away from him. But when the team is doing badly, you expect a local boy that's got, Liverpool in his heart to do even more. This is what he shies away. If you know what I mean. The team's doing well, he does well. But when the team is doing badly, he doesn't stand out much. And this is where I come in, with the local boys. This is where we want you. The past players, like, the likes of Robbie Fowlers, Gerrards, players that come through the system, like, Carragher's, they had their influence as players. And he doesn't show me anything. And every single time I see Liverpool fans in social medias, they're always protecting this player like he's a treasure or something like that, but which he ain't. He came back from injury last season, and that's the worst we looked. That's the worst we looked last season, people. Think about it, man. It's time to go, man. It's time to go. Sell, man. Like, get the money while you can. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret him being at Liverpool and we can't sell him. You know what I mean? So, there's a moment you're going to wake up and say, oh, we should have sold him when it's too late. I'm not waiting that long, man. Just be honest about it right now. Can Curtis Jones at his age right now get any better? I don't think he will, man. I think this is what you're going to get with Curtis Jones. That's it. I'm telling you, it's plain and simple. That what you see of Curtis Jones now, that's as far as his career will go at Liverpool Football Club. If he goes somewhere else, someone's going to nurture him, someone's going to look after him, someone's going to, build a team around him. Like Southampton's or someone like that that's coming up. Like Fulham's, teams like that, I think he'd be fine. But at Liverpool Football Club, with that Klopp that believed in him like all these years, he's gonna struggle, man. He's gonna struggle. It's time to go, man. Sell, in my opinion. Get the money while you can, because there will be a time you won't sell him for that much money. I think we'll get 40 million for him, something like that. If that kid went to Northern Forest for about 50 million, I forgot his name, I think we could get Curtis Jones around 40 million, something like that for him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just get rid, man. Get rid, man. Cut your losses while you can, man. Cut your losses while you can, in my opinion. You can't keep players like that around, man. You can't. You just can't. So Trent hasn't signed a new contract, and a lot of people are making speculations about Trent, not signing a new contract. He wants to leave, he wants to go to Real Madrid, and etc. and all that stuff, yeah? And a lot of people are saying like he should play midfield. He shouldn't play, as a right back anymore. I disagree. I strongly disagree. If he plays in midfield, he's got to be, an all action-packed midfielder that can, challenge, that could, make those slide tackles, that could, run up and down that pitch. And I can't see him doing that. If you can't do that as a right back, how do you expect him to cover the pitch as a midfielder, which is more work? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, if you're looking at it through that way. It doesn't make any sense. Right back is just a little bit of the pitch where you could run up and down. But when you have to run up and down the whole pitch, and you're already struggling as a right back to do that, it's going to be difficult for him playing midfield, guys. So I suggest, step away from that midfield thing that you want him to do and concentrate more as a right back, get back to his best that he had before. With me, the problem Trent is having, he's won too much too soon. He's won too many trophies too soon, sorry. And as a young player and all that stuff. So that those things, the hunger goes eventually to get more. And that's how I see. I think he needs to get that hunger back. Someone needs to speak to him. Someone needs to sit down with him. He's a vice captain of the football club, people. He's a vice captain of our football club. You know what I mean? He's a local lad. He's a Liverpool fan. And I wouldn't worry about Real Madrid or anyone coming in for him, because I think he will sign the contract at Liverpool Football Club. But it's that, the thing is with him, is that hunger. He's 25 years old now. Is that hunger ever coming back? You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, in the beginning of the season, last season, he was brilliant. I thought he was phenomenal, leading the team with Van Dijk. I thought them two were the best I've seen them in years. But as he got injured, as he came back from injury, and the challenges he was making didn't make sense to me. Like, you expect more from a leader. You don't expect a leader just to put, a finger on another player just to stop him from scoring a goal. There's a lot of things. I look at Trent, and it's the appetite. He needs the appetite back. He needs that, win at all cost, mentality back. And he hasn't got that, in my opinion, at the moment. And this is what he's struggling with. This is where the new manager and, the coaching staff that's coming in need to put that back in his, in his brain. I honestly think. I think he needs that back in his brain. Like, start winning again. Be more of a leader. Win your tackles. Don't lose your battles. You know what I mean? Now he's put on more muscles. Like, he looks big. You expect him to scare the life out of other players, but he ain't, man. He looks more timid now than he was when he was a youngster, man. It's not right. It's not right, in my opinion. Especially, being the vice captain now. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about Trent. I think he's gonna sign a new contract, people. But it's just, people that's vouching for him to play midfield. Nah. The reason he plays inverted, people, I think a lot of people forgot about is what a lot of people forgot about is the reason he played inverted is because Fabinho, first of all, needed help that season when he first done it, and secondly, he was getting marked at the game, if you know what I mean. So when you're getting marked at the game, it's impossible for you to create chances, because the creativity only came from him and Robertson at that time. Without them two creating chances, you're not going to get creativity from Henderson. You're not going to get creativity from Fabinho and whoever's next to them after that. Because it was Thiago, but Thiago was injured majority of the time. So we played Besic or someone else there at the time as well. So when the creativity stops from them two, it's difficult for, Liverpool to progress as a team. And that's why he went inverted. But now we've got creativity from McAllister, Szoboszlai, Salah, all over the pitch. We've got creativity now. He doesn't need to, be, marked at games anymore. Now he could be more freer, him and Robertson, if Robertson still stays, and do what they used to do in the past as well, but with more, fluidity, like more fluid, more, adventurous, if you know what I mean, because the other teams will worry about, the likes of McAllister, Szoboszlai, and whoever else is coming in that team. So if they start worrying about those kind of players, that means it frees up space for the likes of Trent and Robertson in the left and right. So this is what I want to see next season. Forget about midfield, people. Just take that thought of your head, man. He's not a brave player. You need bravity, brave players in that midfield, and he's not a brave player. You see him. He gets into the pitch with the clean shorts, clean socks, clean boots, and clean shirt. Comes off the pitch with the same thing. You never see him dirty. So you need those dirty players in that midfield that could give you all the stuff that you need, which we are missing. I mean, we're just a nice team on the pitch. We're a nice team off the pitch. I keep going back to that, and I'm telling you the truth, guys, boys and girls. We have to be ruthless on that pitch. And if we're gonna put Trent in that midfield to be ruthless, it ain't gonna work, in my opinion. And we need more than that. We need more than that in that midfield. We need the perfect balance, if you know what I mean. Creativity, defensively, and offensively as well. Like a goal-scoring midfielder, a creative midfielder, and a DM that's gonna run up and down that pitch the whole game. That's what you need in that actual pitch, which we're missing, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but yeah, listen. Get back to right back. Do what you used to do before, and let's pray that it happens, because that right back was the best right back in the world for me, like for years, man. I gotta be real. I want to talk about Salah. I mean, a lot of people shirk this. They run away from it, but I don't. I don't run away from anything. I'm a Liverpool fan. First of all, people, then players come after for me, and managers and all that stuff. That's why it should be. That's how it should be for every fan in the world. People worry about saying sell Salah. Why are you worried about selling Salah? It's time to go. Yes, he scores 20 goals. It happens. But if those 20 goals a season doesn't get you titles, what's the actual point? Because we're going to concede another 20 goals. You know what I mean? Or more. So, as much as I love Salah, since that competition from the left-hand side, and the creativity from Firmino is gone, he hasn't been the same, in regards to influencing the games, if you know what I mean. He scores goals, as everybody should. Fowler scored 30 goals in about 3 seasons in a row. Did we win anything? No. You know what I mean? But the teamwork isn't there from him. That's what's upsetting me more than anything when I watch Salah. And not only that, the way he argued with our manager, the previous manager, at the West Ham game as well. When players start thinking they're bigger than what they are, that's when you have to cut your losses, people. Because when the players run the asylum, you get white suits again. You get players choosing one day to turn up to training. You get players choosing like what games to play, if you know what I mean. And you don't want to go through things like that. You need humble players, hungry players, players that want to win trophies, players that strive to be the best players in the world. And I don't see that from him anymore. The guy, what is he, 31, and he's still like going around with Egypt. I mean, like, we was an important stage of the season in January. We could have won the league if we continued our momentum. We did. Don't get me wrong, we did without him. He went for the AFCON. He got injured, came back, contributed a little bit, and then the season just drifted away. And this is a few seasons that's with Salah that happens. You know what I mean? Every time like we're in an important stage, he goes to African nations and etc. and all that stuff, and it ruins the season. We don't win the title. I think the only time he didn't go to AFCON, it was the time we won the league. If you know what I mean? Because the consistency was like this. But when he leaves for AFCON, the consistency goes like this. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down, all the way to the end of the season. And that's what happened, man. Like I said, he had his time. Egyptian king. Like when Mane left, when Mane was, up for sale, not many people were coming out like this, as they do for Salah. Although I think Mane was as important as Salah to the team. But when people talk about Salah, everybody just, hesitates. And, listen, a lot of people said about Steven Gerrard. What we're going to do when Steven Gerrard leaves? Well, the rest is history. We won a league title, won the Champions League without Steven Gerrard. The team got better. It happens. Because you buy, humble players that's, want to strive that much further to get, league titles and Champions Leagues and all that stuff. That's what you need. Stop living on, past memories. That's why it's called the past. It's happened. The future has to be different. You need to get young players that's going to give you the extra yard on the pitch, that's going to run up and down. You look at Man City, they keep changing every time. They don't dwell on players. They keep changing. Look at Arsenal now. All young players. What do the right winger do? What does Saka do? Run back to help the right back. What does Martinelli or Trossard do? They run back to help the left back. That's what you need. Up and down. Teamwork. You know, back each other on the pitch. Not a player that's going to stand on the left wing and don't come back. Not a player that's going to stand on the right wing and not come back. A well-oiled machine wins you titles. We should know that, because that is the thing that actually won us the titles. But people don't want to look into things like that. They just want to live on the past. You know, he scores 20 goals. Oh, he's reached his target. He's got 20 goals this season. Have you won any trophies? No. Was he part of that League Cup final? No. So what has that achieved? Nothing. It doesn't matter if you score 20 goals, people. It doesn't really do much for you. You need, you know, players that's going to give you their all on the pitch. Man City have that. Arsenal have that. We're the only team that doesn't have that because we haven't, you know, like, reinvented our team enough. We haven't, like, reshaped our team enough. And if players are refusing to get back and help the defense, what's the point keeping them in the team? I don't understand. If you have your own company and people are pulling their weight to the standards that you want them to, do you keep them? No, you don't. You get rid of them. You get people that's more hungrier to replace them. Do you get what I'm saying, people? This is what I'm trying to say. I love Salah. I love everything he done. But nobody was making the same excuses when Mane was leaving. Some people were glad Mane was leaving when he was off form. Still scored a lot of goals, but still the people wanted him out. Scored important goals in the cup, you know, in the cup against the Man City and that. Are we forgetting that? I mean, so, like, you got to think about it, people. Like, things change. People change, you know. If you keep the same thing every single time, it gets old and dusty. You don't want that to happen. You don't want his legacy to be old and dusty at Liverpool Football Club. While he's the way he is, while you could get about £100 million for him, get that money, let him go. Let the guy go. Apparently, from last season, what I've heard, he wanted to go to Saudi. Liverpool decided to keep him. Let the guy go, man. Enough about this stuff, sentimentality and all this stuff. Yes, my Muslim brothers and sisters. Yes, he's a Muslim. He's representing us and all that stuff. But Liverpool Football Club is going to be here way when he leaves. But if you could get finance for him right now, let's get that for him and let him go. Because next season, that finance ain't going to be there. But wake up. That finance ain't going to be there. And when you don't have finance with FSG, you're not going to spend anything at Liverpool Football Club. Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic here. Come on, man. Let the guy go, man. Let his legacy still stand there with the best, man. Because once the form drops, everybody's going to turn on him and they want him at the football club. And you don't want that. I've seen that with Mane. I've seen that, you know, with Fabinho. I've seen that with a lot of players. Even Van Dijk, when he wasn't playing good, everybody was against him. So you got to be careful, man. Let the guy go. He's not offering anything other than, you know, goals. But you need more than that on the pitch, which is hard work and grit, which we don't produce anymore. This is why we don't challenge anymore. Because we haven't got that team ethic, togetherness anymore. I mean, you laugh at Henderson and all that stuff, but at least Henderson gave us 100% on the pitch. He used to run up and down that right wing, helping out Henderson, helping out Salah, helping out Trent on a regular basis, and Matip as well, on a regular basis, to the point his legs fell off. To the point his legs fell off. Same thing with Fabinho. Same thing with Gini Wijnaldum. To the points their legs fell off. They've done everything for you. As soon as their legs fell off, what did people say? It's time to go. Everybody knows Salah can't run the way he used to anymore right now. But yet, people are still defending him to stay in the team, to play in a different position, which I don't understand. If he hasn't got the ability that got him to the player that he was before, what's the point in keeping him when you could get money for him right now? I don't understand. There's too much sentimentality in these fan base, man. Football is about winning. If you're not going to win, there's no point in, you know, being at the football club. Liverpool Football Club is about winning. People need to understand what this club is all about. This club is about winning. Bill Shankly built this club. Bob Paisley built this club. You know, Kenny Dalglish, Joe Fagan, all these people built this football club. Ronnie Moran, etc. All those players, Evan Hughes, everybody. Ron Yates, you know, the Saint, you know, all these players. Kevin Keegan, they built this football club to win. Now we're losing focus of winning because we're acceptance of mediocrity, and it shouldn't be like that. We even say slots coming in were willing to accept finishing top 4. What do FSG like to do? Just being in the top 4. So they already made you decide to finish top 4. We've got the players that challenged for the league title last season. Yes, the manager's changed. But why is that expectations all of a sudden made you think to go in top 4? Because this is how this club works now. And we shouldn't let that happen. We should be at the forefront saying we're here to win. If you're not part of that, the door is open. Get out. You know what I mean? That's what we've got to do, man. But we don't. We just, it's okay. It's okay, you know, it's okay to do that. It's okay to do this. It's okay to do that. And then this guy's coming out the other day saying he wants to stay at Liverpool Football Club. Why? Barcelona's not interested anymore? Barcelona can't pay the money anymore? Diaz, you had the whole season when your dad was coming out every single time saying, my son should play for Barcelona. You didn't say nothing. All of a sudden, Barcelona have no money. All of a sudden, Barcelona don't have that Xavi influence anymore. They don't have that pulling power anymore that they used to have. You want to stay at Liverpool Football Club. Wow, great. Thank you very much. But I still want someone that's closer to Mane than what you offer. At least Mane offered us something. Offensively, defensively, and creativity and goal scoring. You offer us what exactly? You score now and again. Don't create chances. I'll never see you pass someone to score a goal. I mean, I don't see you shoot anymore. I don't see you get past players anymore. So what do you actually offer me to be happy for you to stay at Liverpool while your dad was coming out in the press conferences time and time again saying my son should play for Barcelona? Well, Barcelona's not interested anymore. You know what I mean? Have they got the money to pay for you? You know what I mean? So think about it, bro. Think about it. We don't forget, man. We don't forget. We don't forget, man. We forgive, but we don't forget. Forgive, but we don't forget. Review forward. What do you think about Jota, Nunez, Salah, Gakpo, Diaz? Diaz has to go. I'm done, mate. Like I'm not all about this. Oh, I want to stay now. Nope. His head ain't at Liverpool anymore. Time to go. When your head's not there, time to go. Nunez, we've got to give him a chance again, people. I know, like we're all frustrated. I am as well. But with new management, new style, maybe can flourish. He could flourish under that. He could become a better player under that. We don't know yet. Gakpo, you saw him at the end of the season playing as a false nine. He was phenomenal again. Yeah, but I prefer him to play on the left and see what he can do there because that was his original position at PSV. Give him more of a hands-on role. Let him take set pieces and things like that. I think Gakpo will be phenomenal with that. Salah, I think it's time to sell up, man. I'm not here to be sentimental. I'm sorry. Jota, give him one more season. If he continues with the injury, stuff, then the season after he has to go. I'm sorry. Like what we're gonna do? A Sturridge again? Like keep waiting? Like Jamie Redknapp, keep waiting? Like and then and then it becomes cheaper and cheaper to sell off? Nah, ain't gonna happen, man. Sorry. Nah, I'm sorry. John says, I can see Kelleher leaving Liverpool. We'll see, man. In his first team, doesn't he, mate? And Kelleher is the type of person that's gonna think about his career. Is he? Sometimes like if you're number 2 at majority of your career, that's what you are, innit? But Kelleher can be a number 1, man. That's the sickest thing about that player, man. He's very good, man. What he did last season, John. Listen, I rate him. I rate him as a goalkeeper. Yes, he made a couple of mistakes and all that stuff. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. It happens with everyone. It's just not him. It happens with everyone. Like when you don't play consistently, mistakes do occur out of the blue sometimes. If you know what I mean. Let's see this. There's no managers around nowadays. Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Man United, and Liverpool managers. Yeah, listen, the quality of the managers, it ain't the same. It ain't the same as it used to be. Obviously, you already knew the managers in the past, what club they're going to, and the quality they have in their disposal. But nowadays, yeah. It's strange. Vincent Kompany at Bayern Munich, slot at Liverpool. If someone said to me, like, choose the top 10s of managers next, for Liverpool, I wouldn't put Slot there because I don't even know who Slot was. But now he's our manager. We've got to, like, you know, support the guy. We've got to support the guy. That's all we can do. Kelleher wants first team football. John says, yeah, I know, bro. I know. Richard says, Alan Hansen, get well soon. Yes, we have to. Like, get behind him, man. The legend, man. Copperhead says, breaking news, LFC to break British record and sign Rodrigo from Real Madrid, paving the way out for Salah this summer. I don't know. But we have to wait and see, man. We have to wait and see, bro. We have to see. I don't know about Rodrigo, you know what I mean? Rodrigo is a phenomenal youngster, man. Don't forget the homegrown, like I said. Yes, Grizz, big up, brother. Thanks for coming on, bro. Please subscribe to Grizz. You know, Grizz is a big Liverpool fan, great man. Please go and subscribe to him. He doesn't want to go. Why are you forcing him? If you're talking about Salah, listen, it's not forcing him, Grizz. Like, you're as old as me. You're obviously probably older than me. We can't hold on to something that's not there anymore, bro. You know what I mean? We've got to be realistic, Grizz. We've got to be realistic, bro. We're trying to find a position for him to, you know, get the best out of him now. They're saying, Liverpool fans are saying he's no longer good in the right wing, bro. You know what I mean? So if we're trying to make him into a number 10, why? I mean, let's just get money while we can. And like I said, it's not like our ownership have money to spend, to burn, you know, to, you know, get us the next Salah. So why you can still sell him, Chris? Let's do it, bro. Remember, what would Liverpool be without Gerrard? The rest is history, bro. The rest is history. Alexander, big up, bro. Big up, as always. This team is too good. Klopp left. Shame. Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame because Alexander, I honestly think Klopp has finally got it right from the obviously the youth all the way to the first team. Obviously, they train next to each other in the AXA training ground as well. From under nines all the way to the senior team, he finally got it right. And then, you know, this happens, like he left. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense in my opinion. I think in the next few years he could have just dominated the Premier League and the Champions League if he stayed and, you know, get the youngsters through and take us to that next level. Like I've always said, you know, there's so many youngsters that's coming through that's got potential to be, you know, a Liverpool first teamers. You know what I mean? So, like Dan's, you know what I mean? I bragged about Dan's. I said he reminds me of Harry Kane. If you watch him in the youth system, so in the youth team, he plays like Harry Kane. He could take free kicks. He could drop deep, play as a number 10. He could play as a number 9. And he's a clinical finisher. And you guys saw those goals against Southampton in the Cup, the way he performed. So this is what I'm saying. Like, he finally got it right from the youth all the way to the first team and they decided to leave. It's just the luck of Liverpool Football Club, isn't it? Well, we always get things right. People just leave for some reason. But listen, I'm all behind Arne Slot. I hope he pulls us up. Like I said, nobody thought Bob Paisley can outdo Bill Shankly, and he did. And look what happened to Liverpool Football Club. Played the same system as Bill Shankly, but more adventurous. And Bob Paisley did the rest of it, man. Was it 6 league titles, 3 European Cups, a few Milk Cups here and there. Never won the FA Cup, but you know what I mean? He did it. He did it, man. He did it. Anyone you want to go on loan? Yeah, Tyler Morton has to go on loan. Kumas has to go on loan. You know, the youngsters, some of them has to go on loan, bro. Some of them have to go on loan. I don't want to sell them, obviously. You saw them last season when Klopp gave them a chance. They were phenomenal for us. But a loan could give you more experience in the physical side and, you know, give you more experience in, you know, the other side of football, if you know what I mean. This is what I said about Curtis Jones. If he had a loan, I think he would have become a better player. But unfortunately, he didn't have a loan. He stayed at Liverpool and he's still stuck in the same level. If you know what I mean? There's never going up. The level just one and that's it. Yeah, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, youngsters, isn't it? Some of the youngsters. Carvalho, let's just sell him, mate. You know, a lot of people talk about Carvalho. And let's try to get the best out of him next season. The player isn't the problem. The attitude is the problem with Carvalho. He thinks he's better than what he is. It's good to have some attitude, you know, as a player sometimes. But with Carvalho, it's just too much arrogance from the youngster, if you know what I mean. And his advisors needs to be, you know, sacked as soon as possible, in my opinion. But yeah, if he changes attitude and, you know, works hard and you know, show us the player that he could be, then, you know, you could give him a chance. But he's got very, very bad attitude, bro. Very, very bad attitude. Great stream, Fozzy. You never walk alone. Big up, man. Big up. Come back one day and you guys turned up. And I got Grizz Khan on my show as well. Brilliant. Big up, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this today. Just an update of everything, you know, everything about Liverpool. You know, our club is going to change, people. We're not going to be the same club that we used to be on the club and the Klopp. So support the new management, man. I mean, it's frustrating. You know, a manager that we loved has left us, but, you know, Liverpool needs our help, and this is where we come in as fans and stick together. I mean, we don't want to be like other teams that's, you know, we turn on each other and, you know, say bad things to each other and all that stuff. Let's back the team, man. Let's back the team. Eze for Carvalho. I'll take Eze. I'll take him all day long, Richard. All day long, bro. All day long, man. Carvalho doesn't just don't have the grit. Oh, he hasn't got the grit. But the thing is, bro, like, it's just his attitude, man. You know, like, even if you played football in your lifetime, you always had those arrogant people in football that just thought they're better than what they were, and they used to get picked ahead of you, even though you was a better player, because of the way their mouth opens. But they were never good. And but Carvalho has that talent. It's just the advice he gets at the moment. It's just the wrong advice, man. That's what it is. But anyway, guys, that's me done. I hope you enjoyed this. I will be back very soon. Don't worry about that. More streams to come, man, from the rest of the crew as well. See you soon, people. Take care.